what's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's finally here. The bracket is officially out. And man, I am very excited. And before I get started, I want to make a few announcements, and I have a little bit of a list right here, so in case I forget. First things I wanted to say is that this is a prediction video, so obviously my picks aren't going to be better than yours. I'm going to be completely wrong on some of these picks. So when you're seeing this in the future, do not judge me too hard on those picks. That's all I ask for. And definitely in the short term, long run, it's going to look pretty bad. But this is just for fun right now. Don't leave any hate because of my picks. I mean, again, this is just for fun. Obviously, in the future, we're all going to look back on this or anyone's picks and be like, man, what the heck were they thinking? So, again, I just want to make that a point. This is just for fun. And this video probably won't age very well. I want to make that. But I'm okay with that. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for the fun of it. So that's why I'm here. Something else I wanted to say is leave your picks in the comments below. That will be a fun idea for everybody to get involved with the channel and making their selections. And last thing I wanted to say is I created a group on ESPN. I'm going to leave the link in the description. All you have to do is click on it. It'll be pretty simple. Then you can join the group and you get one bracket per person. So have fun doing that, and we'll see how that goes. And again, I wanted to talk to my future self on this video. Man, what the heck were you thinking? So before I start, I wanted to make it a point. The selection show just ended an hour ago. I analyzed a little bit. This week, I'll analyze a lot more, and then we'll go from there. So Virginia versus University of Maryland, Baltimore. I got Virginia, pretty obvious pick. Creighton, Kansas State. These two are very similar. Neither team would really favor in a matchup, in my opinion. So I think I'm going to have to go with Creighton, just for the fact that they're the higher seed. Kentucky, Davidson. Davidson just had a great run in the tournament, in their A-10 tournament, but I think it's going to end here because Kentucky's really playing well right now. Arizona, Buffalo. I like Arizona. Buffalo's not bad. I'll get into them in the other video. This is just for fun, and the point is just getting it out so everybody sees this once the bracket comes out. So I'll analyze more in another video. So I take Arizona there. Loyola, Miami. Now, I think Bruce Brown's injured. So if he was healthy, I think Miami would have been a little bit of a higher seed. And I like Loyola's style of play, so I'm going to have to go with Porter Moser's team. They've been very good this year. They beat Florida as well. Now, Tennessee versus Wright State. Now, Wright State's my team. Now, I think that the problem they would have is playing a big team. That's what Tennessee is. So the run-in's there, in my opinion, for Wright State. But you know what? They had a really good season, and it was a lot of fun to watch. But I'll analyze it more, and I'll probably pick them in a couple other brackets. I'll even pick them to win a national championship. But I think that Tennessee will get through that game. Nevada, Texas. This one's a toss-up for me. I feel like without their starting point guard, Nevada, they're a little bit weaker. And Texas, if they lost, I think, their starting point guard. And if Mo Bamba comes back, I feel like they can win that game. And it's going to be interesting because I said that Nevada, if they play a big team, that they would kind of have that advantage because they could really go at them. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to take Nevada for fun. But I feel like Mo Bamba could get them a win. Cincinnati, Georgia State. Now, I love Cincinnati. Okay, I live in Ohio. But I want to make an upset. I'm picking Ron Hunter's team to win against Cincinnati. This one is probably going to be like, why did you even do that? Like, why? But I feel like if not, Cincinnati's either getting to the Elite Eight or they're losing in the first round. That's just my opinion. So moving down here, we got Xavier. I don't even know who they're playing. Missouri, Florida State. I'm going to pick Missouri just for time constraints. I think Michael Porter Jr. will get them past Florida State. Ohio State, South Dakota State. I got OSU. Big fan of them. Gonzaga, UNC Greensboro. I think Greensboro is tough. Wes Miller's a really good coach. Everybody thought East Tennessee State was going to win. But you know what? They came out on top in the SoCon. So I'm going to take UNC Greensboro. Get a little bit of upset. Houston, San Diego State. I was hoping San Diego State would be like on the 12 line. I think 11, it's kind of, they're kind of similar with Houston. Houston has the guards. San Diego State has the bigs. So it's going to be tough. I want to take Houston so badly. And this one's going to bother me. I'm just going to pick San Diego State for the fun of it. Michigan, Montana. I'm going to take Michigan. I think they're playing very well right now. I'll go into Montana in another video. Providence, Texas A&M. This one's tough. Love Ed Cooley's teams, and I love Billy Kennedy. But, man, I don't know who to pick. I'll pick North Carolina here. We'll talk about Lipscomb in another video. Man, it's like Texas A&M started out the year very well. So it's going to be tough. It's like, can those guards of Providence match up with a little bit of a bigger sized Texas A&M team? And I think DJ Hug, that's his name. He's their point guard for Texas A&M. He's at least their big guard they go to. So I feel like he can match up well. I feel like they can create some matchup issues with their size for Providence. But the way Ed Cooley's team played in the Big East tournament makes me think otherwise. So I'm going to pick Providence to win that game. But I feel like Texas A&M's a very good team, and I think they could easily get to the Sweet 16 because of just based off potential. So going up to the top here, we're going to have Villanova. I don't even know they're playing. I don't even keep up with those matchups. I'm sorry. I'll get into those in another video. This is just for time constraints here. Alabama, Virginia Tech. Buzz Williams has done a great job this year, as always. It sucks that his team is still on that 8 line. They were, I think, a 9 last year. So I'm going to take Alabama. The way they played during the SEC tournament, I think Alabama has the guards. They can match up with Virginia Tech. They play fast, and so does Buzz. So I think Alabama can play that style and play the better defense. So I think Alabama will win that game. Now, West Virginia, Murray State's really interesting. I think Murray State's probably my favorite mid-major left in the tournament, just because they play small, okay, and they could size. They could play well with West Virginia. I feel like they can match up in the press. It's just going to be hard to pick against West Virginia. It's going to be really hard. When I was analyzing my bracket, these two matchups, excuse me, were the toughest for me to analyze because I think West Virginia could get to the Final Four, and I think Wichita State can get to the Final Four, but I also think they can lose in the first round just because of how good Marshall and Murray State are. So, for the sake of the video, I'm going to pick West Virginia to win and Wichita State to win, even though I think both of them could easily get upset in that game. And I don't want to go too heavy on the upsets because usually going too heavy, then your bracket just tips over. So that's not good. You want to keep it at like 6 or 7, and upsets are including these 9-8s. Like having the higher seed win the first round, that's what you want to keep it at. So Florida, I know that's St. Bonaventure. I'm going to take St. Bonaventure. I was really big on them earlier. If they win, obviously, even if UCLA wins, I think UCLA would win. I don't pick those games because they don't matter on the ESPN. So those first 4 games don't matter. But I do think both those teams have the skill and the players. And keep an eye on Jalen Hands if UCLA wins. He was a really high prospect coming in, and not a lot of people even hear about him just because UCLA isn't like they were last year, but I think UCLA is a good team. Now, Texas Tech and Stephen F. Austin. I think Stephen F. Austin's really good. A lot of people have been sleeping on them this year. Now, they don't have Brad Underwood anymore, and they're not the same team as when they made the tournament and were a 14 with Thomas Walkup, I think that was his name. And Texas Tech's getting healthy. I really want to pick the upset, and I'm going to pick the upset just for the fun of it. So I'll take Stephen F. Austin there. Butler, Arkansas. I don't think Arkansas is as good as people think they are. I know Seth Davis, they have the potential to get to the Sweet 16. I disagree. I think Butler will be ready, prepared. Lavelle Jordan has done an absolutely phenomenal job there this year. He's a really good coach. I'm a big fan of his, and I think that they'll win that game. Purdue and Cal State Fullerton. I'm going to take Purdue. I'll analyze Cal State in another video. Kansas, Penn. Penn's good. I'll take Kansas there. Seton Hall, NC State. I think that Kevin Keatts is a really good coach, but I like Seton Hall's leadership. Kadeem Carrington, Angel Delgado. So I'll take Seton Hall there. And they better not burn me because last year I picked them and they lost to Arkansas, but I think this year's a different case. They're basically the same team. Now, Clemson, New Mexico State. This one is the upset I want to pick, and I'm going to. So I'm going to pick New Mexico State. And then Auburn, Charleston. I really want to pick Charleston there as well. And just for the fun of it, I will. I'll pick Charleston. I don't think Auburn's that good. They're struggling, but I also feel like I'm going to get burned because for some reason these 12-13s I just love picking. And you saw it up here. I think we're fine over here. I think we're going to get UK and Arizona. I think that one's a lock. TCU versus, I forget exactly who they're playing. Man, this would have been nice to know before the video. Let me check. TCU versus Arizona State or Syracuse. I think that Arizona State is going to win that game, in my opinion, just the way they play. And I think they'll win that game. But when they play TCU, I think it's in Detroit. A little bit of a trek for Arizona State and TCU. But I'll take Jamie Dixon. A lot of people have slept on him. and I love TCU, so I'll pick them. And that's not biased, because I'm going to have them losing to Michigan State in the next round, which have them beating Bucknell. But watch out for Bucknell. Very good team. Well coached. Nathan Davis, really good coach. So keep that eye on them. Now, Rhode Island, Oklahoma. I'm going to pick Rhode Island. I think the story ends for Trae Young. But I will say this. Watch out for, they could come at you in one game. But I think Rhode Island has the guards that are similar. They can match up well with them. So that's why I think that they can hold down on defense Trae Young. Duke, Iona. Iona's good, okay? People do not sleep on Iona. They could beat Duke. But Duke, gotta take them. All right, so moving on. We'll speed this up a little bit for you guys. I'll take Virginia over Creighton. And then this one's going to be tough. It's I really, really, really want to pick Kentucky just because of the way they've played. And I feel like maybe Sean Miller's team might run out of gas. They might flop in the tournament just because of all this roller coaster that's going on. But I feel like that extra motivation will get them powering through, and I have them winning. And then Loyola, Tennessee. I think that, Loyola is legit. They beat Florida. I'm going to look at in another video, so make sure you keep an eye on those. Keep an eye on those. They'll be out. I'm going to go into Loyola, talk about, I don't know if Tennessee beat Florida this year or who won that game. I don't remember. And I feel like Loyola could get further, but I think Tennessee, I got to take them. I don't want to. I do not think Tennessee has the guards to get them far. But, I mean, I hope you're not watching this at a later point, because you're probably thinking, man, do you even watch basketball? Because this is just ugly. I'll have Nevada beating Georgia State, ending their little run. And then I'll have Arizona beating Virginia. Yes, I said that. And why? I'm asking my future self. Man, why did you pick them? Okay, Arizona versus... This one's tough because I've talked about Nevada playing Tennessee. I'm going to take Nevada. Just for fun. Just for fun. I don't think they're that good. They'll probably end up losing to Texas. But, again, my bracket breakdown videos, I'll have a completely different bracket. This one's just for fun. And since, for the sake of the video, this is what I think right now. And then I'll have Arizona going to the Final Four. Now, Xavier versus Missouri, I think Michael Porter Jr. is great. I think that he could get them playing well. I think they could beat Xavier, but not tonight or that night. And then Ohio State, UNC Greensboro. I think the road ends there for Greensboro. San Diego State, Michigan. I'll have Michigan winning. And then I'll have North Carolina beating Providence. And then here's where I'll have the upset, if you think it is, Michigan beating UNC. And then I think Xavier will beat Ohio State. Very, very good game. And then I also think that Xavier will get to the Final Four. At least in this video. I'll go over it. I keep saying that because I'm just uploading this to beat the crowd of bracket videos, just so people have an idea of what to pick, or at least find out about my channel, since I relatively don't have that many subscribers. And I really think that I'm going to upload good content on college basketball. So if you're here, if you're seeing this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because I'll be uploading a lot more videos, and I have some past ones. And then even next year, I'll have a lot of videos coming out. So I appreciate any support. I know that was a little plug-in right there. I'll have Villanova beating Alabama. I think that'll be a close game. I'll have Wichita State. This one's going to be tough, but I have to pick somebody, so I'll take Wichita State. I'll take St. Bonaventure with Stephen F. Austin, and then I'll take Purdue over Butler, excuse me. Then I'll take Purdue beating St. Bonaventure, at least, or UCLA, or maybe UCLA. I think that's who they're playing. I don't know. I'm always forgetting. Yeah, UCLA. Excuse me. And then I'll take Villanova beating Wichita State, and then I'll take Purdue getting to the Final Four. Now, Kansas versus Seton Hall. I'll take Kansas. New Mexico State over Charleston. Michigan State and over TCU. And Duke over Rhode Island. That would be an absolutely great matchup. Now, Duke versus Michigan State. I'll take Duke. And then Kansas over New Mexico State. The road ends there for them. I think that Seton Hall could get here. Or even Clemson or Auburn. But I don't believe it. I haven't believed in them all year. So that's just kind of why. I'll take Duke to go to the Final Four. And then setting up the Final Four, I have Xavier, Arizona, Purdue, and Duke. Now, I'm talking to my future self right now. What the heck were you thinking? What the heck were you thinking? Or at least my future self's talking to me. Because I know I've seen bracket videos on YouTube all the time. And a lot of people in the comments say, dude, what were you thinking? with some of these picks. And I want to make this a point that, you're right. What were they thinking? But, I mean, it's hard to pick a bracket. There's a reason nobody's ever gotten a perfect one. But just for now, for this video, I have this as my final four. So I think that Arizona will get payback from last year and beat Xavier. And then I think Duke will go to the national championship game, setting up a matchup that I think a lot of people are going to have. And I think that Arizona will come out on top against Duke. I'm not going to pick the score because I know maybe one of you might just pick my whole bracket. And then, if that came down, if we both had perfect brackets, but, the odds of that happening are not going to happen. But I'm just saying that you can pick your own final score, so at least we have a different tiebreaker. So thank you for watching, everybody. I'm sure that a lot of people are going to hate on this in the future if they see it. But this is just for fun. I hope you enjoy picking out your brackets. Make sure if you want to join mine, it's in the link in the description. It's very easy to click on. Just click on it and then join the group. That's all you got to do. Anything else I have to mention? No, I think I got everything. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you don't agree with my picks, you know what? That's all right. That's what the whole point of this is. And you can leave comments telling me who you think will win and why. And keep an eye out on I think I'm going to do 3 videos of breaking down the bracket and a whole nother selection video. Completely different from this one, different picks too as well. So I'm going to break it down a little bit more in detail. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys enjoy listening to me talk about the bracket today, and I'll see you then.